Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives.
I'll take you for a ride on a garbage truck. Oh no.
Welcome everybody to the first episode of the second season of Weisscast. I'm your host, Aaron Weiss, along with
your guest host, Alex Weiss. We're coming to you. Well, it's live for us, but we're sitting here in Newark, Ohio, and we don't know what we're doing here, so we decided to make a podcast.
Yeah, and we actually just came to Newark, Ohio just to record a podcast. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Oh, and I think there's a wedding too, but...
Oh yeah, congrats, Matt and Christina. Well, this is the first episode of the second season. It had been delayed a long time because of moving and trying to figure out new schedules and trying to figure out who's going to co-host and all these reasons. But we are live. We're back, and I'm going to make sure we're still recording, which we are. And let's just hop right into it. Let's go to Around the Web.
All right. So we got 3.5 stories to talk about. And the topper today is that today, September 14th, the GameCube turns 18. The GameCube is allowed to vote now.
The GameCube is a senior in high school and is looking at very prestigious colleges to go to. And I love the GameCube, and I know you have an affinity for the GameCube as well. Maybe we could each give our top 3 GameCube games.
Do they have to be exclusive or just games that appear on the platform?
They do not have to be exclusive.
Okay.
I'll start in no particular order because it's hard to pick a top 3 and do a particular order. But I will start and go with Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker. This game got a lot of backlash when it was announced, but then people played it and it has gained, I would say, more than a cult following. It actually has a loyal fan base that's really big. And
well, I think people now say, maybe people a little bit younger than me say, I don't know if I like Ocarina of Time or Wind Waker. That's how highly it's regarded.
Yeah, and that's the boat I'm in. Because it's a sailing game. Wow, didn't even mean to do that. But yeah, Wind Waker, it just had some really great dungeons, and I'd say the only knock against it is probably the sailing was too excessive. But they fixed that in the HD remake and made it so where you can kind of fast forward through the sailing.
Yeah, you get a sail that makes you go faster. They also streamlined the Triforce Quest, which was still confusing.
But yeah, Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker, one of my favorite Zelda games, and one of my favorite GameCube games. What about you, Alex?
I think my first pick is going to be Resident Evil 4.
Ooh.
Not only because it has a great atmosphere, a great history, and is just a great game, but I also have great memories with it, which is probably what you're going to see in a lot of these picks.
Yeah.
I bought it probably 2 or 3 years after it came out. I was like, I heard this game was good, and I'm not really a horror guy, but that game appealed to me on a different level. And then I bought it when I was in college, and then it became this phenomenon on the hall. Everybody wanted to play it. Everybody was playing through it or watching somebody else playing through it. And it was just a really interesting time because everybody quote unquote was playing it, and it's one of the few games I've actually beaten.
Have you gotten any of the billion re-releases of it? Just Wii? I'm surprised you don't have it on Switch.
I was like, I'm good with the Wii.
Yeah. I actually haven't played Resident Evil 4, which I know is kind of sacrilegious for a guy that likes video games. But I feel like if it comes down in price, I'd probably get it on Switch. Not that it's super expensive. It's only $20, I think. Maybe 30.
Sounds about right.
But yeah, like you, I don't really play horror games. And but I know this is different. This is it's not necessarily pure horror.
No, there's a lot of action in it too. There's a part where you get to an island and it kind of switches to more of a pure action game.
Huh. Yeah, maybe I do need to give it a try. I actually haven't. I have Resident Evil Zero on GameCube, but that is not my next pick. My next pick is also a non-exclusive, and it is 007 Nightfire. Slash Agent Under Fire. They're technically two different games, but I played them both interchangeably, and I played the multiplayer a lot with my friends growing up. And I couldn't tell you which has the better single player because they're both really good, but they both have excellent multiplayer. And as someone who was too young to play GoldenEye, like I still have nostalgia for GoldenEye, but I have more nostalgia for Agent Under Fire slash Nightfire. And I don't know if you ever played those games.
I'm sure I played them with you.
Mm-hmm.
We played a lot of different games.
Mm-hmm.
No, we played more Medal of Honor.
We did. Yeah, but Agent Under Fire and Nightfire, if you haven't played them, they don't necessarily hold up the best for multiplayer, but the single player campaigns are still really fun. There are sections where it's like a normal shoot 'em up, but there's also stealth sections in each game. And there's some of my favorite stealth sections in games. I don't like full-on stealth games necessarily, but I do appreciate a good stealth section in games. Yeah, on to you.
My number 2 pick might be a little controversial, but I'm going to pick Twilight Princess.
Ooh.
Because right when the Twilight Princess what came out, that was like the end of the GameCube. But it came out after the Wii version. But after Twilight Princess came out on the GameCube, it was like the last thing, probably the last Nintendo release game on the system. And I didn't have a Wii at the time, so I was like, I'm just gonna get the GameCube version. And I'm glad I did because you can use a controller, and Link is still left-handed in it. And yeah, if you didn't know, the Wii and the GameCube versions are mirrored, and the HD remaster I think is based on the GameCube version. Can you verify that?
I don't know for sure, but I think that sounds right.
Yeah, it's not mirrored like the Wii version, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I enjoyed that game a lot. It's one of those games that I got to end. I can't beat Ganondorf, but it's just a really big, sprawling game, and I enjoyed a lot of it. The story didn't do much for me, but mostly because I played it in little chunks throughout the years, but I remember having a lot of fun with it. That's another game I played in college, and then after I graduated, and after that, I just spread it out a lot. But it's like a more expanded version of Ocarina of Time, almost like a remake. I don't want to say it's better, it's just expanded.
I also have gotten stuck in Twilight Princess. I also have the GameCube version, the superior version. And I've also probably started that game 5 or 6 times, and so I need to take some time away from it, and because I want to start it and get to a point where I know where it's easy to remember what I was doing if I walk away from it. Because Twilight Princess is one of those games where if you walk away from it, there's a lot of places in the game where you can forget what you were doing, and then you're just stuck. And that's happened to me multiple times, and so I just restart the game. But so I've played the beginning of the game so many times, like I said, 5 or 6, and never beat it. I've seen it beat, but I've never beat it personally, and it is a great game. Just not my personal favorite.
Well, what is?
My last pick is not controversial, and it is actually Mario Kart Double Dash. I think Mario Kart Double Dash, probably outside of Mario Kart 8, is the best Mario Kart game. It had very unique mechanic where you would have 2 characters and you could switch them. You could hold so many items too. The karts were unique. The courses were really good. It has the best Rainbow Road hands down. And it's the second iteration of Rainbow Road. So that's really cool. They got it right the second time.
Is that third? Super Nintendo?
Does Super Nintendo have Rainbow Road?
It does. I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
It doesn't have any sides.
Oh, yeah. That's why it's blocked from my memory. It might even be the fourth because I don't know when Mario Kart Advance came out.
We'll let it slide.
But yeah, they got it right the second time. But yeah, Mario Kart Double Dash is really great, and I don't own that game anymore.
Why not?
I made a terrible decision in high school. I traded it
Oh no.
because I knew it was worth a lot of money and I needed the money.
To GameStop.
No, it wasn't in GameStop. I forget where it was, but yep, I don't own it anymore, and now I don't feel like spending 40 or $50 on it, so I don't own it. But it really is top 2, top 3 Mario Kart games for me.
Nice. So this is probably my top pick for GameCube, and it's a remake. It's Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes.
Ooh,
And
I knew you were gonna actually pick that.
and I played I think that's the one I have beaten. I have the original on PlayStation, and I have the one on GameCube. I'm pretty sure I've beaten the one on GameCube on very easy, of course. But it's a full-on remake of the first Metal Gear Solid for the PlayStation, and I think they used the engine from the second game. They re-recorded all the dialogue. I hear some of the music is different, but I'm not enough of a aficionado to know. But I'm glad that it exists because it theoretically could make an HD version of Metal Gear Solid, the first one, because 2 and 3 have had HD remasters, but not the first one. And yeah, I just once you get started, the story sucks you in like a good spy movie, and it's tense to play because you're sneaking around, and it's probably the most straightforward of all the Metal Gear Solid games, especially compared to the second game where you have the colonel eventually saying, "I want scissors 69," and you're like, "What does that mean?" Okay, that's my pick.
As someone that's never played Metal Gear Solid, I know very little of what you're talking about.
I wish I knew what he was talking about.
I know the Psycho Mantis boss fight, and that's pretty much it.
So the first Metal Gear Solid game plays out almost like an episode of 24 or a season of 24. There's a terrorist threat. You have to stop the nuke from detonating.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I think I've tried to play it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I think it's because I never played it, and I tried to play it after some modern at the time consoles were out,
Mm-hmm.
and the controls just felt kind of clunky to me. So
you tried to play Twin Snakes.
Mm-hmm.
The Twin Snakes is probably the easier one because you can actually use the first person shooting mode.
Okay.
So yeah, it's great. And all of my picks are appear on other consoles.
Yeah.
Actually, the Twin Snakes is probably the most original because that version doesn't appear on any other console.
That's fair. So we're gonna go on to our next article, and this one I've only read the headline. So Alex, if you wanna,
skimming. So Bob Iger, the CEO of Disney, left Apple, the Apple board of directors on September 10th, the same day that Apple unveils its forthcoming streaming service, which if I'm sure everyone knows that Disney's coming out with their own streaming service, and I don't think I haven't heard as much about Apple's streaming service. I've heard a little bit, but that I don't think that's any coincidence. But here's a quote from him. He says, "I have the utmost respect for Tim Cook, his team at Apple, and my fellow board members. Apple is one of the most admired companies known for the quality, integrity products of its people. I'm forever grateful to serve on the Apple company's board, blah, blah, blah." Sounds like there's no ill will. It's just sounds like his interests were getting compromised.
Here's the interesting thing is I've heard that the new Apple streaming service is not trying to be Netflix. They're trying to be more HBO, if that makes sense.
Yeah, which is kind of ironic because Netflix is trying to become HBO too.
Yeah, but
I know what you mean though.
But Disney Plus is definitely trying to be Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're in a position to do that. I mean, I'm sure Netflix is shaking in their boots with Disney Plus coming out in a couple months.
Yeah, they're like, we got to remake all those movies we're going to lose.
Although, they're not exactly being Netflix either, because I don't know if you know this or not, but their shows aren't going to be a full season available on release date. They're going to be weekly releases.
They probably don't have to, there's probably no expirations either. Because they own all of the movies.
Yeah, so their new shows like The Mandalorian or any of the Marvel shows, they're going to be episodic weekly releases, and so like normal TV.
So I think that the timing is perfect for that
Mm-hmm.
because it's been just long enough since, I mean, what was the last hit weekly television show? Breaking Bad, maybe?
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones?
Yeah, and it just ended.
Okay.
Yeah, but still the time.
But what about on network television? Both of those are cable.
Network.
Yeah, like meaning more people.
Yeah,
probably saw
yeah.
it.
I don't know.
24?
Maybe. There hasn't been a huge hit like that on network in a while.
Yeah. I guess we can't forget about Game of Thrones and Breaking Bad, but I'm just thinking like you hear more about like what's dropping on streaming service. Like, wow, all these show episodes are available now, and I don't since I haven't watched either of those shows, I haven't heard much about like. I watched this episode. I can't wait till next week's episode.
Right.
And I think
it's always, I watched this season. Oh, I have to wait a whole nother year.
Yeah, I think there's been enough people steeped in the streaming services that now if they try this alternate method, it might. I don't know. I think it could be successful because like you give somebody a really good episode, it whets their appetite for the next episode, and they can't wait. I think Hulu has done some streaming service, some episodes like that.
Hulu, I think most, if not all of their exclusives do that. Yeah, I think. It makes sense because Disney owns part of Hulu.
Well, I mean, even back in 2015, when I'm thinking of the 12263, the show with James Franco about the assassination of JFK, that came out once a week.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that Handmaid's Tale does as well, which is their mega hit.
Something else about. I didn't know that Bob Iger was on Apple's board. I mean,
it makes sense.
Yeah, it's just interesting that in this world of tech entertainment that people you don't really expect to be on each other's boards are there. Like, it reminds me that Steve Wozniak, the co-founder of Apple, I think was on Google's board at one time.
Yeah.
And it's just like, to me, I'm like, I think of the Woz, and I think he's got an Apple computer and an iPhone, and I think he's all Apple, but that's just my perception. But I guess he's a tech geek and an entrepreneur at heart, so it makes sense for him to be.
He's also one of Apple's bigger critics.
Yeah.
So
I mean, but you know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't think that he would be on the board. I'm trying to think about if there's somebody else. I can't think of anybody else.
I mean, Steve Jobs helped start Pixar.
Yeah. And
Pixar is now Disney.
And then Bob Iger was on Apple's board. It came full circle.
Yep. So that's why I said it didn't surprise me. But
okay. Well, Steve Jobs, he was a co-owner of Pixar, I think.
Yeah. But anywho, let's move on to the next article.
Okay. Somebody play taps. MoviePass is shutting down today, as of recording, September 14th.
R.I.P.
Let's see. Shares of MoviePass parent company Helios and Matheson Analytics dropped 10% Friday, and MoviePass notified subscribers that it's planned to close down the services because of its efforts to recapitalize MoviePass have not been successful to date. It has formed a strategic review committee made up of the company's independent directors to explore strategic and financial alternatives for the company. So one of the quotes I saw said they're shutting down and they don't know if the service will continue. And I'm like,
it won't continue.
Yeah, let me see if I can find that quote. But why would they keep saying it? We don't know if it'll continue if it's their thing. It shutting down.
No idea.
Okay, where is that? So here's another thing. MoviePass shutting down. We're heavily reliant on what's trending. You guys want to sit out loud? We're recording. Yeah. Unable to predict if or when MoviePass service will continue. It's just really is it? These people. I'm sorry. Are you gonna edit?
Yeah. I'm gonna try to.
I've got. See in my car. So this is your interview? No, it's a podcast. That's what I mean. Is there a place to sit outside? Yeah, I got chairs. I brought chairs with me. If you want to. I mean, did we wake you up? Yes. Maybe we should go outside here and I'll get chairs. Where's there to sit outside? Right out here. There's like a picnic table and I'll get like regular chairs. So you tried this here? Alex, it was smoky.
Was it?
Mm-hmm.
Lawn chairs. You want those or you want to sit at the table? It does feel good out here. Yeah. We've known about this before. Got a lot to cut. The lost content. All right. So, okay, wait for it. And we are back. So, yeah, that they said we don't know if or when the service will continue, but you're shutting it down. Yeah, why would the service continue at all if they're shutting it down? Got a lot to edit here. Just sat down. Dad is making his first appearance on Weisscast.
Oh, cool. I didn't even know what we were doing.
What do you think about Movie Pass shutting down?
I was unaware of that. But I do have movies on it, and that's kind of...
You have a Movie Pass subscription?
I do.
Oh.
I do.
You'll be getting refunded. Movie Pass? Or Movies Anywhere?
Oh, maybe it's Movies Anywhere.
I have to say, what, you had Movie Pass and you never let me use it?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was... We could just re-talk about Movie Pass if you want to. Okay. Why don't you do that? Okay. So, our next article is that Movie Pass officially has shut down after being a plane nosediving for the last year or so. Mm-hmm. And I have a quote here from one of the articles that says, they are shutting down and don't know if or when the service will continue, which is very confusing to me. Yeah, because you would think shutting down means shutting down, right? And the funny thing is, I could have sworn multiple times over the last year that they were already shut down. And they kept fighting, kept coming back, but not this time. Not this time.
Will there be refunds?
Yeah, probably. I mean, not huge refunds, like... I think they're going to try to compensate their subscribers somehow. Probably give them one free ticket. So Movie Pass was a great idea. It was never going to work at the price point that it was at. $10 a month. Mm-hmm. While great for consumers, it was terrible for that company because you're going to spend at least $10 on one movie ticket. And if you're going unlimited, mm-hmm. So like you can go once a day. So you can go up to 31 times in 1 month. Oh my. Depending on the month.
Yeah, not a good business model.
Not a great business model at all. It's very consumer friendly, which we like consumer friendly things, but not a great business model. Sorry. The other major movie subscription services like AMC A Plus or something, A-List,
coming out with their own things.
Yeah, so AMC was the first one to do that. They have a great business model. Huh. You can see 3 movies a week. It's $20 a month. And I imagine that AMC gets probably half of that profit and the other half goes to the movies. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, they get more profit if you're going to buy popcorn and drinks and all that stuff that have like 600% markup or whatever it is. But the other one was Cinemia, and that was a few months ago, but that also shut down. But that was way more sketchy. Cinemia was...
Yeah, their website looked like it was about 15 years old.
They were a Turkish website. And if we know anything about Turkish websites, is that when I think of Turkish websites, I also think of the dark web and Silk Road. So it's
Turkish delight.
Turkish delight. So you can get sweets, movies, and opium from Cinemia. But they shut down a while ago. But that was with no warning. They were just changing people's passwords, and
Oh,
yeah, that they weren't nice enough to tweet out that they were shutting down. Mostly because most of the world doesn't speak Turkish.
they don't have Twitter in Turkey.
Yeah, they're still working on Friendster.
Yeah, turkeys don't tweet, do they?
No, they more gobble. Gobble gobble. They have gobbler.
I think it's time for the next story.
Yeah,
So I have a surprise story that I just found while I was looking for a quote from the last story.
supplies.
The Suicide Squad remake, as it were. It's not a sequel. It's a reboot.
Is it really?
Yes, by James Gunn, directed by James Gunn. They just announced the cast, and here is the cast.
I thought it was a sequel because it had some of the same characters.
It's a reboot, apparently.
Can you reboot with the same actors?
Well, look at the actors.
Well, I mean, Margot Robbie was in it.
Yeah.
Viola Davis was in it.
But-
Joel Kinnaman was in it.
But you got Michael Rooker now. You got Peter Capaldi. I'm hoping he'll be a grumpy old man. Taika Waititi. Sean Gunn. Sean Gunn was also in Guardians.
Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion, yeah. And John Cena. The one that interests me is Jai Courtney because I associate him with B-grade action movies.
But he was also in the first one.
He was
Yeah.
a B-grade action movie.
He was Captain Boomerang.
Are there reboot rules?
No,
I thought that there were, but this is the Wild West now.
I mean, I don't know. I'm guessing that they're rebooting this movie because only a select few people like the first one, but also the movie is called The Suicide Squad. It's not Suicide Squad 2. So that's what. With Spider-Man, Sony kept they made the Amazing Spider-Mans just so they could keep the rights to the movies. There was no. They're like, okay, we're about to lose the rights to the movies. Better crank one out.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Yeah.
Makes sense because the first one's and the second one I've heard is terrible.
So yeah, I just thought that was interesting that John Cena in
That comes out next year,
2021.
2021.
And
Yeah.
the first one came out.
2016.
Yeah.
There should be regulations, I think, for reboots. Maybe
Yeah, we need a committee for this,
we do.
or a subcommittee.
Yeah.
At least a exploratory committee.
I love subcommittees.
So that's all that was a surprise reveal. I don't have a stake in liking Suicide Squad,
No.
but I just thought it was interesting. The whole thing is interesting to me because the first one flopped and James Gunn got attached to the second one, left Guardians 3, went back to Guardians 3, and now he has this movie which has two people from the Guardians movies in it.
Yep. Wait, which two?
Sean Gunn and Michael Rooker.
Oh,
Sean Gunn played one of the Michael Rooker's. You'd recognize him if you saw him.
oh, I think I know which one. That's going to bring us to. I always forget. There's an official name for this segment, but I always forget it. I just call it monologues. Pretty much, it's things that we've been playing, watching, or reading lately that is interesting to us. And I call not starting.
I'll start. Well, I haven't played it yet, but I did pre-order the Zelda Link's Awakening remake on Switch, and it teased me because it downloaded and I can't play it. It's just there's gonna be an internet switch flipped in a couple days, and I can play it.
Wait, Say that again. There's what's gonna happen?
It's downloaded. The file's on my Switch.
Yeah.
But when you go to play it, it says checking the internet for if you can play the game yet.
And it says no.
It says no.
It doesn't sound like a fun game. I hope there's
not.
more to it than that.
Can you set the calendar forward?
No, it checks the internet. It doesn't check the calendar. It just says connecting to internet.
Can you take a time machine?
No. So other than that, since the last time I was on this Weisscast, I played a lot of Super Mario Maker 2. There's a level that I'm trying to get the world record on. I just can't shave off a whole second. It's really hard to shave off 1 second when you're going as fast as you can in that game. Really enjoyed that. Have enjoyed that game. More Minecraft, of course. I play a couple times a month with my friend Eric from Kenya. So, yeah, you can play online.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a tough thing to set up a time?
No, he's like 6 or 7 hours ahead.
Okay.
So I just get up early on a Saturday, and it's Saturday afternoon for him.
Cool.
Watching. I feel like I rewatched Casino Royale lately. Actually, Chelsea and I did when we were sick, and I watched like 2.5 movies, which doesn't sound like a lot. It's more than I usually watch in a weekend. And I watched Casino Royale on a Sunday and Evolution on a Saturday. Evolution is kind of like Ghostbusters, but with aliens. And Casino Royale is the reboot of James Bond from 13 years ago, and it's still amazing.
It's so good.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think the movie felt dated at all, except for the blocky cell phones.
Oh yeah.
And then reading, I finished a book I always forget the name of by Tim Keller.
Love that one. It's great.
Yeah.
I can find the name of it. And hold on, I finished a short story by J.R. Tolkien, Leaf by Niggle, and I've been reading through Every Good Endeavor by Tim Keller, which is a book about work. It's really good. Oh,
I didn't know Wikipedia had an app. That makes sense.
they do.
So
One more.
Alex has one more.
I bought the Ocean's 11 soundtrack, and it makes me want to watch the movie.
Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
Such a good movie.
And then I got the first and second season of The Tick on DVD.
The
Cartoon one.
Oh, I was about to say the original, the cartoon, or
Yeah.
the remake.
Yeah, that's all. That's my monologue.
Do you want a monologue?
Sure, I don't have a long monologue, believe it or not. But, probably no games lately. I haven't played any games lately. I'm trying to think the most recent movie I've seen is probably Bottle Shock.
Ooh,
It's
that's a good one.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. If you haven't seen it, it's Netflix, and it's about the beginning of the California winemaking.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of not their history, but
That's
what
the one
got them
with-
started.
One with Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman's in it. Yeah, he's
Chris Pine.
Chris Pine is in it, and I watched it years ago when it first came out, and then had forgotten Chris Pine was in it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, wait,
Really bad
Captain
wig.
Kirk is in it.
Bill Pullman's in it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, it's a good movie. So that was a good movie. And the most recent book I've read, it's one that I read years ago, and then in the past few years tried to start and couldn't start it because it just was it seemed like it was hard to get through, but I couldn't put it down this past time. And it was C.S. Lewis, That Hideous Strength, and it's part of his space trilogy. So it's actually the third book in his space trilogy. And it was written back maybe in the 40s or 50s maybe. But it feels very contemporary, even though the language is, like older. it feels like a very contemporary story.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, highly recommend That Hideous Strength. It's a long book, and if they ever make it into a movie, it's probably going to be rated R because it's very gory in places, but he doesn't get terribly descriptive.
You could probably make it PG-13 like Lord of the Rings, because that's pretty...
Yeah, it could be a PG-13. So, yeah, that's my media
I just want to hop
monologue.
I want to hop back in here and say the book I finished was called Making Sense of God, An Invitation to the Skeptical.
Okay.
Mm.
So, I have not played a lot.
Come on,
but I kind of have.
We've been playing games on iMessage.
That's true.
How does that work?
It's like checkers and Battleship.
Yeah, it's not very complicated games. So I guess that's true. But I got SteamWorld Dig, which is fun. And it's my first time ever playing it, and I kind of see the hype behind it. Although I hear SteamWorld Dig 2 is even better. I got a lot of really cheap, maybe potentially crappy Switch games.
What would the Switch be without dollar games?
It's true. I also have pre-ordered Link's Awakening, but I'm getting the physical copy because for some reason I have this thing with first-party Nintendo games and physical release.
I only got the download because I had the gift cards.
That's fair. Yeah, I really haven't been playing them. The Super Nintendo games are on Switch now. Not all of them, just 20 of them right now. But I've been playing A Link to the Past, and that game is very good, but also difficult. And it makes me appreciate the older Zelda games. Like, I love top-down Zelda games, so that's why I'm so excited for Link's Awakening. But its spiritual sequel, A Link Between Worlds, while kind of difficult in its own right, is way easier than A Link to the Past. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but they're both a lot of fun. And I was hoping to beat A Link to the Past before Link's Awakening came out. That's not going to happen. As far as movies, last weekend I watched all 3 John Wick movies. And if you don't know John Wick, it's someone steals Keanu Reeves' car and kills his puppy, and then he goes on a rampage.
That was a mistake.
Yeah, and they're very entertaining. They're pretty violent, but not like in your face violence. I don't like in your face violence. I don't like a lot of gore or whatever.
You're like Al Gore.
I do, and that is an inconvenient truth. But the John Wick movies are very fun, especially because there's enough story to keep it interesting, but it's not like too little story to where you're just like watching a guy kick a bunch of dudes' butts. And as far as reading, I've read a lot of graphic novels since last recording. I read Batman The Long Halloween, which is probably my favorite one that I've read. I read the first 2 I read Batman Court of Owls and City of Owls. Both are good. I read The Dark Knight Returns, which, sidebar, I didn't realize this, and Alex, maybe you realized it, but so I got all 4 volumes of The Dark Knight Returns. Each has a different title, but the first one is actually called The Dark Knight Returns. And before this, I had only seen parts 1 and 2 of the movie. And so I assumed that the graphic novel was going to be the whole movie. No, all 4 volumes are parts 1 and 2 of the movie. So I got through the first one and I was like, wow, this is like halfway through the first movie. and then I'm almost done with the second one, and I'm assuming that'll bring me up to where the end of the first movie is.
I didn't know that. That's a long movie.
Yeah.
It's like 3 hours long.
They're good though. But yeah, they're really good. The art style seems kind of dated. I guess because they're like 30 years old. But you don't have an art style.
Shaking my fist at him because I'm over 30.
And then one that I bought that I haven't read yet is Hush, Batman Hush. I've seen the animated movie. It's really good. But I've heard the graphic novel's even better, so I'm really looking forward to reading that. If any of those, I think Long Halloween deserves its own animated movie. It's so good. Has an incredible twist at the very end.
What the twist?
Don't tell us.
And I think Long Halloween is the longest of all those. Well, I guess The Dark Knight Returns technically is, but it's 4 separate volumes, so I count it as 4 separate books.
When you say 4 separate volumes, are you saying like 4 trade backs?
I'll show you.
Okay.
I have them here.
Okay.
But Long Halloween was probably the best one. It's close to 400 pages. Granted, it's graphic novel pages, so there's not that much text, but I read it in one sitting. But yeah, so that brings us to movie 20 questions.
Can I interrupt for a second?
Yes.
I remembered some stuff while you were talking. I haven't read it yet, but I picked up a book from the library called Bat Manga.
What?
Bat Manga.
Yeah, it's a Batman manga by a Japanese person, and I guess he was commissioned back in the 70s to make this manga, and it just looks interesting to me because it's got a little bit different art style and it reads right to left like a manga does. I haven't read it yet, but I want to. And I wanted to ask Aaron a question when he was talking about Zelda being hard.
Okay.
What's the hardest game you've ever played?
The hardest game I've ever played.
Or Dad, for that matter.
So, I know that there's a lot of platforming games that are really difficult.
Mm-hmm.
But and I don't know if this game is technically hard, and it's not even a platformer, or if I'm just bad at it. But the first game that came to mind when you said that was Lord of the Rings: The Third Age. It's very it's an RPG and it's turn based, and there's this one there's the boss fights are ridiculous, and that's the first game that came to mind. It's probably not the hardest game ever, but it was the first one that came to mind.
That's fair. I think the hardest game I've played is I Want to Be the Guy of the Game.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever seen anything about
Mm-hmm.
it? It's a game that it's a platforming side-scrolling game, but there's intentionally unfair parts about it. Like you'll be walking along and like a spike will shoot up, or an apple will fall down and kill you instantly, or there'll be like a little tiny platform in the middle of the room, and you have to jump
Is
to
it
that.
random?
No, you just have. It's a game you have to learn the pattern of.
I see. Pattern, yeah.
So yeah, that's the end of my third monologue.
And that brings us to movie 20 questions. You have the movie, correct?
I will have the movie.
Okay, and then Dad, we can guess them.
Sure.
Oh, you got the power of Dad.
Yeah, but yeah, I would say Aaron's probably more knowledgeable.
Okay, I got it. I got
Movie.
it. This shouldn't be that hard. It's not an obscure indie movie.
Okay,
Okay.
That's a hint, by the way. Not an obscure.
Was
indie.
this movie released before 2000?
No.
Okay.
So, was this movie a high-grossing movie?
If I had to guess, I would say yes.
Okay. Was this movie released before 2010?
Yes.
Okay, so got a decade.
Okay. Was this movie a superhero movie?
No.
Is this movie live action?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow. Did this movie have Tom Hanks in it?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I haven't seen this movie, but no. It did not have Tom Hanks in it.
Okay.
I just remembered who the lead is.
Is the lead actor Caucasian?
Yes,
Okay.
he is Asian. No, he's Caucasian.
Caucasian. All right. Wow. You said action.
I haven't said any
Okay.
genre.
So was this movie an action movie?
I wouldn't say action is the primary genre. So, no.
Was this movie before 2005?
Yes.
Okay, so within 5 years.
We're close.
Does this movie have more than one main character?
Yes.
Okay.
Was this movie...
To the best of my knowledge. That's 10 questions, by the way.
Okay. Was this movie a true story?
No.
Are any of the actors or the director known for this movie?
That's a tough one. I'll answer it this way. The director is a known director, but this is probably one of his lesser works.
Okay.
As soon as you hear the name of the director, you'd be like, oh, yeah.
Was the director John Cameron?
No.
Is this movie a comedy?
No.
Was this a Spielberg movie?
Yes. That's 14.
Ooh.
All right.
Was
2000 to 2005.
Was this
Spielberg.
movie Schindler's...
2000 to 2005. Spielberg movie, live action, probably a drama, some action elements. Is the main character young?
Yes.
You want to give us a hint just for kicks and giggles?
Science fiction.
I know what it is.
Science fiction between 2000 and 2005? Dang.
I know what it is.
It's definitely not Schindler's List.
That's from the 90s.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I've also never seen this movie, but I know what it is.
Okay. Gosh. I want to get this, but I don't know what it is.
You're not going to mess it up because there's 5 more questions.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Well, 4 more to guess.
2005. Was this movie... Oh. Was The Last Airbender? That's not Spielberg.
No.
Sorry, that's M. Night Shyamalan.
He would have made an amazing Airbender movie. Anyways, Aaron, you don't have to use all 20 questions, do you?
No.
Okay, well, go ahead and guess.
Is this movie AI, artificial intelligence?
Ding, ding,
Oh,
ding, 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 ding.
well done.
Yep.
Well done.
Do you know who was supposed to direct the movie but died?
No.
Stanley Kubrick.
Oh.
Really?
Yep. So Spielberg took up the mantle as because he was friends with Kubrick.
Huh. Well, that's all for this edition of Weisscast, live on location from Newark. I almost said New Jersey out of habit. Ohio. Please enjoy this track from SoundCloud, who will be listed in the description because I did not come up with a track from SoundCloud. And that is it.